Rihanna, we should mention our favorite episodes.
I think so, yeah.
So mine's been switching a lot. So now my favorite one, because I just watched it recently, was the last episode, the PlayStation one.
Fulfillment.
Very, very good. I love the message too about just, it's all about gaming. It's not about
games that trap and addict you. This is Dave's poet.
But it was a very, very powerful message. I think it was like a great way to end the series. I think so. For you?
For me, it was Pac-Man. I gotta say, I was so intrigued.
You are messed up.
A little.
Yeah.
So I was really intrigued because I was imagining like, okay, what is a Pac-Man going to look like in this kind of blur animation and with the storytelling behind it? And we've seen other iterations of Pac-Man in film and different things, and some successful, some maybe not so much. But this just took such a different direction, and that it was so obscure what I was actually seeing until I realized, oh, this is the Pac-Man one. And it just clicked. And I was like, wow, this is such a brilliant interpretation. So I just love to hear, like Danny said, what some of your favorites were.
Take it away, Dave.
I love both those for very different reasons. Like playtime for me is so glad, because you never know, like, hey, like underneath the story is what we're hoping to say, and you hope it connects with somebody. But yes, like I love it for that reason. Like especially with a lot of PlayStation titles, they felt like adventures you go on that have like like a memorable experience with. And Pac-Man for me, that was a challenge from the developers. Bandai called and literally said to us, we would like audiences to wonder what the fuck did they do to Pac-Man.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not, that is the quote.
And then they nailed it.
Yeah.
But we couldn't, it wasn't easy. We have this whole process that sort of is born out of Love, Death and Robots with authors, and we pitch ideas, and all the ideas were what you would expect a Pac-Man episode to be. They took a little bit of a risk, but not much. And JT Petty, our head writer, who's a big horror fan, he actually is one of the writers on the Outlast Trials, that game. He went away and came back on the weekend and with the script that is the episode. Like,
wow.
So like hats off to JT. But like we were sitting in a room and we were discussing what makes Pac-Man Pac-Man. And it is a bit weird, right? This very much this eat or be eaten thing. It's 8-bit and very colorful. But in the discussion in the room, someone said out loud, like, yeah, but you can eat them, but never their eyes. And we were like, that's fucking weird. And then, so, but there are aspects of the episode that are definitely a collaborative thing with Bandai. So I'd like to take all credit for the weirdness, but it's not just.
And the directors who did it did two of the funniest Love, Death, and Robots episodes, Alternate Histories and When the Yogurt Took Over, which were hilarious.
Wow, very different.
Yeah, very different.
Yeah.
The tone
This
of
guy's
that
headless.
episode is Victor Aldonado and Alfredo Torres. Their director's pitch was like almost one for one what you see up on the screen. And it's weird, like you'd never expect to find Mandy as a tonal comp for like what a Pac-Man episode would be, but
Yeah.
I hope you get to see more of those weird, off the wall. I think we were having a conversation about that. What was the game you said you would love to see?
I after seeing the Pac-Man interpretation, I was like, I really want to see them do Tetris in the next one. Like, just like how far out it can go, because there's just so much there, and like again, it's just such a successful,
That would be cool.
successful adaptation.
Yeah.